All right, I'm working on the 73 Camaro tonight. This thing's had a bit of a phantom transmission leak. You can see the remains of it there on the floor. What happens is it sits for like 3 weeks to a month, and then it'll start leaking transmission fluid. Well, what's happening is the converter drains back after sitting for 3 weeks to a month, and that's what happens in winter. I don't start it or drive it in the wintertime. It just kind of sits. Well, anytime that happens, it keeps leaking transmission fluid. Well, every time I get underneath it, show you guys what I got going on here. It was leaking out of what they call the speedometer bullet. So it has a 350 turbo, but 350 turbos, 400 turbos, power glides, they all use either the exact same or a very similar speedometer bullet. And you can actually see right there where that fluid is, that's where it was leaking. Basically, your speedometer cable screws onto here, and then you have a driven gear that goes inside of here. I'll show you what this looks like. Goes just like that, and then your speedometer cable attaches to it. This goes into the tail shaft. Well, the problem is, this is brand new, and I can't see brand new, but this is like 3 months old, and it still leaks. It was a TCI one, but then also, guys said these aluminum ones aren't very good, and that's what I had. And if you look, that one's got a brand new seal in it. So I rebuilt this one, and it leaked. But then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, man, when did this problem start? Because it never used to do this. The problem started right after I replaced this gear, as I thought about it. I changed the gear to slow down the speedometer to get the speedometer more accurate. Basically, I have 373 gears, and it requires more teeth on this gear to help slow it down. So thought about it. I'm like, that's where it started. So I went ahead and ordered a different brand new replacement gear. So I'm going to go ahead and try this. Not going to say this is going to fix everything, but I'm feeling pretty good about it, and I'll show you why. One thing I never liked about this one is you can see it's just barely flush, or I'm sorry, barely past flush from the seal. It doesn't stick out very far, and it always made me nervous. And it honestly, it just falls right out. And I can't say it like completely just falls right out, but the seal engagement, see, it stuck that time. The seal engagement's very poor. You don't feel great about it. But if you look closely, you can see the seal's riding right there. Really shouldn't be an issue. But here's a new gear from a different company. You can see it starts to engage the seal right there. And actually takes some force, there we go, to get it to go in. And you can see how much further past the seal you have. So that makes me feel better. It definitely fits snugger in the engagement. So I should say more firm in the engagement. And then it has more material past the seal. I feel like that'll help. But like I said, the biggest thing is this one sticks in there. You can feel the engagement into the seal. So I feel a lot better about that. I actually measured the two. Basically, this one's about 12 to 14 thousandths wider, so larger in diameter than this one. I didn't measure the length difference, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think this is definitely going to help our leak, if not solve it. And I will say, this is a OER, this one here. And this one here, oh, honestly, I don't remember the name brand. It's like American something transmission parts. Don't have the card in front of me, but I got this one online. It was on Amazon, actually. But I have no doubt this OER one was definitely causing a leak. I have no doubt this one's going to help reduce that leak. Is it going to solve all of our leak? I don't know. We're gonna test that out. But just want to show you guys that I've honestly had poor experience with OER stuff. I actually bought that brand of door seals right there because I had a brand new set of OER door seals for the Camaro that I literally took out and threw away. I was so disgusted with them. They would never fit right, and the doors wouldn't close right. So I finally just got disgusted, ordered a different brand, got them on there, and solved our issues. But they do make decent lenses and a few other things that we have used that, hey, I'm glad they make the stuff because other companies don't. But there's definitely some products from OER that it just seems like they cut corners on. That's the best way I can say it. It just seems like poor quality. But there's other products that are pretty good. So just watch it. I don't think I would ever buy another OER, one of these little gears. And these gears are cheap, so I don't mean to bash them or anything, but I would go with a different name brand. I definitely like this one. It looks and feels like the factory material. It's pretty stiff. This one just feels cheap. The other thing I did measure is it's out of round as well. So if I measure it from its lowest point to its highest point, it's about 10 thousandths out of round. This one, doing the same thing, it's less than a thousandth, maybe 1,000. So just want to show you guys that. Just because it's a new part doesn't mean it's a good part. This thing is, like I said, maybe a year old or so, and that's right around the time our leak started. I really had to think about it. I'm like, wait a minute, our leak started about the time we put this gear in, and we've chased it ever since. So we'll try this guy and see if that solves our problem. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep it saucy.